Today we talk about your expertise and your ideal client. You gotta have those two things very clear in order to know where you're going and who you're serving.
This is Success, Yes or Yes. All about succeeding in life, career, and anything in between.
So welcome to Success, Yes or Yes. We are today connected once again with the one and only Maria Brenica in Japan.
Yes, good evening, guys. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. And here we are again to give you some, to share our experience and what we've learned and tips on how to become successful, of course. But before that, you have to find a lot of things to, like what Kuya Manzano said, that you have to know your clients, you have to know where they are, you know how everything you need to know. So yeah, let's do this.
Mm-hmm. So I'll just go through notes that I took during the learnings I got from Tony Robbins, and let's share. Sharing is caring there. By the way, my haircut today cost me only $1.
Wow, that's so cheap.
It's more fun in the Philippines. Yeah.
Yes.
This country is the perfect country to make to save money, because you don't spend a cent in living practically if you do it the smart way, and then you can invest, which is the trick. Stop spending in. That's what Gary Vee says. Stop spending on dumb shit to impress people that you don't even like.
Yes, exactly.
Invest your money. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, well, there you go. So you gotta discover what your superpower, which was, we were talking about that last time, no?
Mm-hmm.
So and it's also about loving people, and then you share what you know, because I enjoy so much sharing, like I know you do too. It's a double learning when you share, and it gets me excited. I discover myself sometimes talking to some 20-year-olds in my coffee shop, excited to tell them how to go about certain things that I already passed through. No? So it's
yes.
Three things that make what are the three things that make you, Maria, and then I'll tell mine, what make you stand out? Three things that make you stand out. As, what can you give to people that the other people cannot give? Or what are your special qualities? This is going to the superpower part. Yeah, I know you're a great learner. You have a great enthusiasm for that. Yeah. So one of the things that I learned in the KBB course was you have to find three like super qualities. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Three super qualities.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
for me,
example, Dean. Yeah.
Go. Yeah. For me, the first thing that I'm, standing about me is just being myself. I just be me. Not pretending anyone else, not knowing everything, because I don't know everything. What I know and what I'm telling to you and what I'm sharing is only the thing that I know and the thing that I am doing. So anything or any question that you want to ask me, I can answer your question because that's what I'm doing, right? So just being me, be myself, and I'm telling you what I am doing. Sometimes I go live, sometimes I don't go live, it doesn't matter. You always need to go live or on social media. You can also communicate to people like Kuya Manzano. He's talking to people who are, going into his coffee shop. So it's not on social media, but you can still communicate to a lot of people, even though you're not in front of the camera. And that is what I'm doing. Sometimes you see me on Facebook Live. Sometimes you don't see me. Now you see me on this, what do you call this? In this video.
It's a podcast.
Yeah.
Even we're
it's a podcast or a YouTube or whatever. Now you see me, So it doesn't mean that I'm getting out of the business industry because, I'm doing my thing. Like I've told you now, I being myself for almost, I think I find myself my superpower for a year because, like I've told you, I've started for this year, 2019, and it's almost bye 2019, right? It's almost 2020, but you have to invest your at least a year to find what is your superpower, to find what are you passionate about, to find out what you really want to do, to find your client, to find the place where you're supposed to be in this industry, on how you become a successful, you find your goal, your vision, at least a year, and be consistent of doing that until you find out what you really want to do. And now I find out that what I really want to do, now I'm going to tell you, I'm doing my audio book narration. That's why I'm so busy, and you cannot see me all the time on Facebook or video live because I'm doing my recording. I need to finish because there is a deadline. And you know what, guys? I love reading because when you narrate something, a book, you can relate. Sometimes you don't know what's inside a book, right? You can relate yourself, or in any business or anything in life, private or business, you can relate to this. And that's what I'm having, I'm having fun of doing that thing because I'm passionate about doing that thing. So that's what I'm doing right now. And just be me, just me. That's all how I brand myself, and I stand out to people that just being myself. I don't pretend to anyone, and I don't say I know everything, things like that. What I know is what I'm doing, and what we learn from this KBB course is the topic or the thing that we are gonna share to you. Yes. What about you, Kuya? Yeah.
I wrote down boldness. Yeah, I'm energetic, and then I am obsessed and passionate. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, 3 skills. The next step would be 3 skills, and this is for the listeners. Yeah, all these questions are for you yourself to write it down in a little piece of paper. If you're driving, don't do it now, but re-listen this because this is an action-taking podcast. You really have to get a pen and paper, and it makes a difference when you write down stuff. It's gonna go inside your brain, and this is important. This is your backpack for life. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Next thing you gotta note down are 3 skills that you developed in the past that made you successful today. Yeah. What are the 3 skills that you developed in some moment of your life that have served you well and made you successful, made you who you are in a good way today? Yeah. For example, in my case, I have a giant confidence that I developed through doing auditions, and through doing theater. So that giant confidence is a quality that comes across. People believe in me, people invest with me, people buy coffee when I endorse it to them. I can sell, and I can sell because I have a lot of confidence, and people like people with confidence. It's a rare quality, and it's a quality of a salesman, or someone who's gonna tell you to invest. You need to see, and you perceive it somehow in your not only in your eyes. You sense it when someone is really has weight and has confidence. It's very important. And since I'm also a teacher, and this is also about teaching, I teach Spanish sometimes. And I want to teach acting more. I did it in the past. I want to do it more. I want to teach success. I want to teach all these things. Confidence is very, very valuable. And since this is the knowledge business blueprint, we will eventually be teaching. That's the purpose of going through the whole course. One of the outcomes is teaching others. And we'll do it. We're doing it right now, actually, guys. This is one of the steps. My other skill is I have a strong social media presence. Yeah, I just hit 100,000 followers. Woo!
Congrats! Yeah. Yes. Mm-hmm.
And mini trip, side track. I made 100,000 on my own Kuya Manzano brand, and if I start adding other mini channels that I'm creating in the side to join to push other advocacies that I have. For example, in the spiritual world, I have another Instagram separated and another Twitter for that. Yeah, It's right now it's called Kuya Has Risen. It's kind of aggressive and breaking with the norms, with what's normal. But I think the world is ready for that, and some people are awakening, and we need that. Aside from that, we are creating together right now. Success, yes or yes. We're creating the Facebook page. There's now an Instagram with motivational quotes and millionaire quotes and
and on
positivity.
YouTube also. Yeah.
And we're creating a YouTube everywhere. So all that adds up, yeah. And you can be present in several. You can be present at your personal brand, and then you can have all this more focused channel, so people can follow you only in that specific channel because they don't want to learn. For example, in my personal YouTube, I publish when I do push-ups. I publish when I'm listening to music, or when I'm singing songs because I'm a singer. So some people might not be interested in when I sing songs because maybe, okay, you don't sing well, Kuya. Okay, fine. But they want to learn Spanish, or they want to learn acting, or they want to learn about business. So that's where I'm going with social media. I'm multiplying myself, making more specific channels for people who want to follow only that topic, which makes sense because I follow certain people because of the topics they publish the whole time. Yeah. And my third skill, and very useful now in the Philippines, is I studied professionally as an actor. I took it seriously. I studied for years, and I became the only Spanish professional actor in the Philippines. Period. There's none. There's people who look Spanish or have Spanish descent and are actors and are born in the Philippines, are Filipinos playing Spanish characters, or they're Spanish people who are not actors who might be trying to do some little role in movies. But I'm the only, like, a born and raised in Spain professional Spanish actor in the Philippines. And that's a skill, and that's very valuable, and that's why I get all these projects in showbiz, and my career is improving because I have something that no one else has. You know? So that's the uniqueness, and it's a skill. It's a skill. I ask you now, Maria, Veronica, what are the 3 skills that you acquired in the past and serve you very well, made you successful today?
Yes, the first skill that I always been doing ever since is communication skills. Communication is very, very important, especially if you're doing business. If you don't know how to communicate to people, you cannot do business. So that's the thing that I've been doing ever since I started doing business online and offline, being a good communicator. And another thing is an entertainer. I'm a dancer. I'm doing everything. So those
I didn't know that.
You didn't know? Oh, when I think the first job that I did is become a dancer. Before I came to Japan, I do some audition, or I went to dancing school in the Philippines. So we did an audition. When I passed the audition, that's the only time that I travel in Japan to do some entertaining things like that. So that's one thing. That's why communication is always inside those, if you're a dancer or if you're entertainer, if you're an entertainer like you're an actor, you should be good in communicating with people. If you're shy and you're not saying anything and you're doing like that, you cannot do that. So communication skills, and my relationship, when I build a relationship and engage to people, I always keep following those people and keep on communicating. So I think for me, my skills that I started when I get into this business is communication. So I keep learning on communication. I'll try to level up those skills, so you can communicate to many other people, not only in people in Japan. So you can communicate to all people all over the world, because as long as you can speak English, it doesn't matter if it is not native or you're good in English. As long as you can speak English, communication is important. Yeah.
Okay, so we have the communication, we have the entertainment, which is very Interesting.
Yeah, like us, you see, we have communication. You're in the other country, I'm from the other country, so we're connecting and we can communicate, right? Why? So technology is so. That's why I love technology.
The next question of the day is, what are the two things that make you the happiest and the best?
Happiest and the best. Two things.
Two activities that you do in your life that you're great at it, and you enjoy it so much.
Oh, that's a hard question, but I have a lot of things that I've been happy because I'm happy if I follow my heart and I do whatever I want.
Which is what?
Which is my passion. It's not all about money, even though you don't have money. If you're happy of doing what you want to do, or
what's your passion?
Yeah, if you're
What's that? What's that passion?
My passion is to serve people, helping people, entertain people. That's why I get into this business, serving people, help people, teaching, sharing, things like that. And when you see those people are changing their lives or improving things like that, that's priceless, I'm happy with that. If I see people that, I'm sad if I helping people and they don't take an action, they don't execute it. I'm sad because it doesn't make sense. I want them to, get a result. That's why I'm pushing them to, take an action, So if I see them improving or getting a little bit, result on what they do, I'm happy with that. I'm happy to everything because I teach kids, I teach adults, I teach dancing. And when I see my students that they can dance, even though they have two left legs and I see them dancing, I'm happy. That's what that's what my happiness is. I do what I want to do. I don't listen to other people, whatever they say, because I do what I do. And I enjoy my life because we only have one life. That's my motto. We only have one life. So do whatever thing you can do. Make yourself happy and don't stress out yourself.
All right. There you go. Yeah.
What about you?
Is also talking about success and productivity. It's one of it fires me up. I really am alive when I do that. That's one. Yeah. And then the other one is singing out loud musical, especially Broadway stuff. It's really, there's something when I sing those musicals out loud that my hair stands up. There's a physical reaction in me. So that's why I discovered like this is my real thing because I really enjoy it so much. Yeah.
Yeah, especially when it comes from inside your heart, you can express everything with your, emotion and things like that. Because if you're doing something that you really don't want to do and you're not having fun of it and you don't have any passion or you're just doing that because of money, right? So you cannot see you're feeling that you really love doing what you're doing because you're only doing that because of money, right? So that's the difference. Money
will follow.
Yeah.
Money will follow the passion. Yeah. So what's your transformational story? This is for the audience and this is for you, Maria. What's your transformational story? What made you shift? What made you change? And when you took that decision that said, okay, this is enough of my old life. Now I'm starting this new adventure. Yeah.
Yeah.
What made you shift?
Because for the past a lot of years in my life, I don't want things like getting over and over and over again. And I don't want to live that kind of life. I always want changes. If I see these things that didn't work for me, I'm going to jump to another journey. And once I invest time, of course, I invest money. And if it didn't work, I don't force myself to stay in one place. I go jump again. And then just like I've told you, I jump again into this journey and now I'm starting this year and now I'm getting, it's getting changing, I'm getting a result, though it's slow because, I'm working full-time preschool teacher. So I really don't have much time for what I want to do. But I try to change my life because when the time that I want to retire from my 9 to 6 job, I already have my new life and my stable job that I want to do for the rest of my life. And I don't want to be a teacher forever on what I'm doing right now from 9 to 6. I don't want to be like that forever for the rest of my life. I want something changed because almost half of my life I spend with my kids. I spend with, everything and school and things like that. Now I think it is the time for myself that I want to do what I want to do, what I'm passionate about, what makes me happy. And that's my mindset that transition me to the journey that I am in here now. And I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying this journey because now I'm single. I'm done. I'm done with my married life. I'm done with my kids. I'm done with my everything, So now it's a new life for me. And that's what I want to enjoy for the rest of my life. For the rest. What about you?
Yeah. Well, it was somewhat like 21 years ago. I was a programmer. I was in an office coding computers and fixing computers. And I tried studying marketing, and then I shifted to the computers because it didn't fulfill me. And then when I was doing programming and I was stressed and getting back pains and everything, I realized that I was envious of my friends who were doing auditions and were singing concerts and things like that. So that was my super shift, and I quit without having another job. I said, this is not what I want to do, and that's what I want to do, even if I have to start auditioning and I don't have a job inside the showbiz or anything. But I started going to singing classes, to acting classes. I got obsessed with it, and look, 21 years after, I'm still doing it. So I guess that stuck. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's so long years, 21 years. You see your journey, your transformation period. It really takes a long time. It also decades. And so don't think, guys, that you can just transform your life in 1 day or 2 weeks or 1 week. It takes really decades if you really want to change your life, right?
So because, I agree, and because it takes a long time, many young people that I talk with are studying the wrong thing. They're studying the course that their parents or their uncle or tita wants them to study, and their heart is not there. So they're spending how many years and money and resources and time? It's for some studying whatever the mom wants them to study, and the heart is not there. There's two dangers there. One, they'll end up even working in that for their whole life, for 40 years, working in something they don't even like because that's what they studied. That's a miserable life right there. Or number two, what people do, they finish the course, and then they start the new course that they always dreamt about, which is also a waste of time and money. Or some people just end up, it's too much effort, and they quit, and they struggle, and they fail through it. Yeah, because of course their heart is not there. So school, I don't know I think some colleges are a pure scam. That's it. Because it's a giant business. I understand you go to college to be a doctor or to be an astronaut, an architect or a lawyer. But I don't understand when you go to college to be a tour guide, or when you go to college to be you don't need a college degree for many professions out there, and still people are super invested in a college course to I don't know. Most people are not even after their passion. Most people are after money. And if you're after money, I'll tell you that most millionaires didn't go to college. That's to start with, yeah? So college is not gonna make you probably rich, Maybe doctor, yes, but if not, college is not something making people rich. So if you're after money, you shouldn't be in college.
Yeah.
There's many ways you can learn, like self-learning and self-developing, reading all this books, doing all this self-education. Yeah, there's a whole world of alternative learning out there that can serve your purpose. Yeah. So what's your
Yes.
purpose? Where do you want to go? Okay. So start reshifting your steering wheel, because as you're going, you're gonna be probably spending time, money, and being miserable in the future.
Yeah, and that's one thing that we learn on KBB is you have to decide right up front, why you're doing this. And the reason comes first, right? Reason comes first and the answer comes second. So you all have the reason why you're doing this. You got to understand that, if you get strong enough why you do something, right? You can figure out how to do anything. So you have to decide up in front why you're doing this. You have to have your reason before the answer, right? So there's no answer if there's no reason. So why you're doing this, why we're doing this, Kuya, why we transform our life, because like you said, you are a programmer before. So you have a reason why you shift, right? Because you said, it's not for you or things like that. And that's not what you want to do, because there's always a reason why you do something, right? Always a reason. So find your reason why, guys. Find your reason why you want to go into this business industry. Find your reason why you want to become entrepreneur. Find your reason why you want to become a doctor or whatever, right? And then you will find the answer once you got your reason why.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the other thing I discovered a long time ago, aside from wanting to be an actor, I also wanted to have money. Yeah. I am also obsessed and want to have a success financially. So that shift happened when I read The Rich Dad, Poor Dad, by Robert Kiyosaki. It really changed my life and how I think about money. And it taught me that I need to make money work for me instead of me working for the money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? And that's when I started, like many, many, many years ago, 2002. That's how many? 17. Okay, 17 years ago, I bought my first rental home, in Spain. So I kept on doing it. I bought another house. With what they call good debt, quote unquote good debt. Borrowed money from banks, made an investment, bought a house, found a tenant, and the tenant paid for the house for all these years. Yeah. So I've been accumulating property and investment. I keep on investing and collect dividends from it forever also, and it's been another journey that I've been, so maybe it's 17 years, I would say, since I started investing more aggressively. And it brought me to a place where 2 years ago, I retired, quote unquote retired. Let's say I stopped working for money. I work more for learning. I work for pleasure. I work to help someone, or to speed up my goals, my financial goals, or my online goals.
Yeah, and time comes, yes, you will think about it. If it is just to make money, I think it is not enough, right? We need to show them how we make money. How do we make money in this industry? It's not what we always saying that we need to make money. I don't think it's not enough. So, we have to make a good
you
money.
Make money
and,
as a result of serving people.
Yes.
That's good. So that brings us to who people do we want to serve? Who is the ideal client? That's what you have to have very clear. Who do you want to serve? So you gotta niche. Let's say niche it down to to a small. Even maybe you just have to pursue pleasing one person in your mind, like one avatar, one prototype of person. So, for example, in the cafe, it can be a girl who's 20-year-old who studies in a private university, UST. Because that's my coffee shop is beside that. So if I attract that one girl, probably is gonna also attract like others that are like her. Like you just can focus on one person and one ideal. So I'm just thinking of that as a way to narrow down and to niche down and have it more clear, because sometimes it's like, okay, I want to serve teenagers from 16 to 24 and that live in this area. That's a lot of people who have a lot of different personalities and wants in life, no? So maybe it can get confusing because you're trying to target like a group of people that
You like to target all the people.
yeah, right, the whole world. So
The
that's
whole world, and that's impossible.
We need to narrow down. Yeah,
You're going to have something even more money, you know. It's really got to something in your core that you have to, you know, you want to deliver something to those people, right? So what are those things that you can deliver to people? What are those things that you have in your core? That's what you
and
need
what
to.
are their needs? What are their
Yeah.
This is the next question. The 3 pinpoint, 3 pain points, 3 pain points of the people, the person, the people, the group of people you want to serve. What are their 3 main pain points that you can solve better than anyone else?
Okay, you start, Kuya. What about you? What do you think?
Well, if I think of the cafe, for example, no? So they want a space to study for long hours with plugs and with and being safe and clean and having aircon. Yeah, they want that. They want to buy food for a low budget. That's a reality of our students. Yeah, and then they also want to feel important and special and well treated with kindness, of course, and all that. You know, and remember their name. They when they feel I noticed that when they feel like home and appreciated and called by their name, they'll come back. You know, they'll come back because they feel that hominess or whatever like that. Yeah. Who else is my client? If that's for the cafe, but as Kuya, for example, this can happen. This happens to you. I guess it happens to many people. We have different kinds of clients because, for example, I have the coffee shop, but then I have the grab car business, then I have my tenants, then I have the Kuya Manzano, the actor, right? So you should do this exercise to see the pain points of each of your niches out there. So my fans, for example, what do my fans want? They want to be famous themselves. They have a dream of being an actor. They have a dream of being a celebrity. They want to be my friend. Yeah, they want me to follow them in all the social media platforms. They want me to chat with them every day. They send me messages like, "Hello, how are you?" Like, okay, it's hard because I message as much as I can, but it's more than a full-time job for several people if I have to answer everything that comes in. Many times, imagine I have fans of 13-year-old fans, so they're kind of bored and asking me what I ate for lunch. Well, do what you can, you know, there's no perfection. Do what you can to serve the most people you can, especially those that will give the best results. Probably you niche down. That's why you try to niche down to that concrete person and, you know, focus. And they want to feel important. So yeah, if I say hello to them, if I retweet them, if I follow them, they feel better. I cannot do it with the whole world. I cannot do it with 100,000 people. You know, so choose and do it even randomly once in a while. Send a little video greeting to someone who admires you very much. They'll get happy and they might become a fan forever. Yeah. And then, for example, as an actor also, who are my clients also? The directors and the producers are also my clients, right? It's not the fans. The fans, the audience is, yeah, they are because they buy the tickets. But then who hires me? The directors and the producers. So I'm seeing there's a total different demographic that I have to serve and please also. So what are the directors looking for? They're looking for someone who's reliable, for example. Yeah? And also someone who's easy to deal with, to have more like a colleague, a partner, like, because doing a project, a theater project, it's a big effort and it's long in time, and people want to work with other people who are easy to get along with for them. Yeah, easy to work with, at least. Yeah, and then they want someone who will make them look good and important. They want someone like, if it's the director, he wants to win a lot of prizes because he directed. And how will he win a lot of prizes? If the actors are good, if the sound is good, if the photography is good. So they have a need, a pain to find a group of people who will work well, doing their own craft, making them at the end of the day look good. Yeah, that's a reality there.
Yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you gotta
especially
find
on social media. Yes, you have a lot of people following you, and a lot of people to human relationship, right? Human relationship.
You gotta build that. Yeah, build the human relationship. It's complicated if you ask me. Yeah, because each person is so different, and they have different backgrounds. And maybe you say something, and someone gets offended. Oh my gosh! And it's kind of. I mean, well, I quit on trying to please people, yeah. But But sometimes it's like they share messages. I say something inappropriate, quote unquote, and they start sharing it, and they said, "Look what he said," and then the next thing I know is I don't know, all the classroom unfollowed me or something like that. Yeah. And what can we do? That's how it goes.
Yeah. Sometimes you say something, but doesn't mean anything. Just people only think about negative about what you said, things like that. The reaction about what you said, but for you, it's nothing like you just say
it's how they read you.
Yeah, it's like an expression, but for some people, they take it so seriously. So we don't have control with that. Yeah.
So there, when you identify those pain points for your clients, it's why should they pay you and not another person? Yeah. For example, the fans. My fans want to be celebrities. They want to be rich. They want to be celebrities. Yeah. They want me to shout out their name, publish their name, write it with my finger, say it in a video. They want me to greet them for their birthday. Yeah. Want me to send them, or sometimes it's, can you greet my friend? Can you greet my cousin? That happens a lot. Or can you put this person in a TV program because I want to help them because they're having a hard time in their life. Sometimes it's overwhelming, I have to tell you. Like, I cannot save the world. And I tweeted recently, or it's in the queue. How about if someone writes me in social media to give me stuff instead of asking and asking and asking? Yeah. Gary V says that the whole time, like, guys, I get 1,000 emails every day of people asking me for stuff. How about, and that's not working, I think. How about, I have the leverage. That's what Gary V says. Huh? I have the leverage. You want something from me, right? So when you approach someone to ask for something, you don't have the leverage. So what can you give that person, that idol, that famous person, or that employer, or whoever? What can you offer that person? Because that person doesn't need you. You need that person. So instead of entering and begging, which I don't think works, I hate when people beg from me. It's enter offering something that person can be interested in. Find it. Maybe it can be you research his social media and you learn that he's an enthusiast about wine. So you go there and give him a beautiful, expensive bottle of wine, and then you have your foot on the door and you talk about something. Yeah. Or you learn that the son is into baseball, and some people you can touch them directly, like with a bottle of wine. Some people you have to go through the sons, the family member. Like, I bought a baseball bat for your son. You give it to him, but it's for the son. So it's like indirect bribe, someone like that, it might soften his heart a little and say, hey, it's not even for me, it's for my son. Because if some people won't do things for themselves, but they will do it for their loved ones. So that could be a way of entering. I'm also shouting that out to the people who ask me for stuff. But this happens all over the world. It's like, stop begging. Start. It's not what you can do for your. It's what you can do for your country, not what your country can do for you. Right?
Yeah.
What can you do for the group? What can you do for the community? Yeah, like I believe we're giving back right now, you and me. Yeah? We're doing this out of love. We're not getting a cent out of this, right? So by doing this, yes, we're helping ourselves because we're learning better. But at the same time, it's just we're just putting ourselves out there, and this takes time and then editing and then everything.
Yes, it is, because we have different paths and we have different niches, we have different passions. So there is a different, process, but it also takes that you do one thing for an hour, but at the back behind that, you add more hours of doing this. Like you said, we're doing this video for 45 minutes, and after this, it takes 2 hours or 1 hour of editing. It's more time on behind the scenes. So yeah, so those people need to know about that. When you're doing business, it's not finished after this. There is still more hours that you have to put on your business before you make it done or everything, things like that. So
for example, the people in the cafe, they want a free standby place. What's a standby place in English? Well, a free space to stay there for hours without really
standby. Just standby. Yeah.
Standby. Yeah. They want like canteen prices, but they want the Starbucks perks. Let's say, yeah. I did identify that's what they want. That's their desire. That's what they are willing to pay for. So I have a question and a consultation out loud now with you.
All right.
How can I make that happen? Because my customers have a small budget. They want to spend for very cheap food. Then they make some complaints when there's not enough meat in the ramen, for example. But of course, how can I put more meat if the prices have to be so cheap to fit the student budget? And at the end, and they want to stay there for hours and hours and hours. They want aircon, they want Wi-Fi, they want the plugs, but they don't want to spend. So I'm kind of troubled there.
Oh,
as
hard.
the owner,
Yeah.
I don't know how to please them. It's the same with the fans. The fans, they all want video greetings. They all want. How can I? They don't. They want it, and they want it for free. How can I deliver? I can deliver maybe 1 or 2, but you know what happens? Also, you do it for one, and then the whole group of friends want the same treatment.
Yeah.
So in the same happens in the coffee shop. Like if you let one person stay for 4 hours after they bought one donut, all their friends will also want to do the same thing, right? I don't know how to go about it. I really don't know.
I think why not you make a schedule plan? Like, for example, you can eat here for 1 hour for free, but if you want to add more hours to stand by or stay here, you have to pay another more fee or things like that. If you want some more meat on your ramen, you have additional topping. It costs like 5 pesos or 10 pesos, things like that. They want something, so you in regards you have to give and take, right? Not you only give and give and give, because once you give to one person, you have to give to everybody. So if you have a schedule and really a plan or a menu of time and food or toppings on every day, if you want to stay, even here in Japan, we eat on a barbecue restaurant for 90 minutes. If you just want to stay more than 90 minutes, you have to pay for an hour for how much, things like that. because you want to chatting, or you want to drink more, you want to stay more. Okay, so how many hours? Even though in karaoke box, you pay 1 hour. If you want to sing more, you pay another hour. Things like that. So
yeah, that works for our second floor. We operate it as a karaoke party space, and we charge by the hour. So people understand that. People understand that and pay. They pay, and if they extend, they pay. The thing is, when someone orders a coffee, I think in their head they have the right to be there the whole day.
So change it. Even though you drink a coffee, there is an hour limit for drinking coffee. You don't drink coffee for an hour, right? So maybe your minimum hour is 1 hour for free drinking coffee. And if you want to make another cup of coffee and another hour, okay, so that's additional fee, things like that.
Yeah.
Take it or leave it. If they don't like it, then leave. Get out of the store because somebody like a lot of the people that want to get inside, and if there's no seats available.
Yeah, that's a problem. The thing
and
is,
I just tell them, hey, go out. I have a customer. Get out of the. You can say that. But once you have a menu or you have a rule, you don't need to say that. They know the rules. You post it on every wall so they know, or on a table. Just write it down so they know.
I tried it in the past, but the students tend to not follow the rule. Yeah, they tend to linger, and then when you kind of hush them out, maybe they'll complain. They'll give you a bad, they feel offended. It's
Yeah, that's understandable. I got you. You got them, but you're on a business. You are not on a public place that everybody is free to to stay. They know that.
Yeah, it's not a park, right? It's not a park. Yeah. So for example, similar thing happens with producers. No, I think they want what we call a sulit actor in the Philippines. Sulit, like they want a small price with a great impact. No, like you want to pay a small actor's fee, and you want an actor who delivers great professionalism and looks fantastic and all these things. But it's kind of contradicting also. It's like hard to make those things. Because if the actor had to commute in a jeepney because he doesn't have a production van because he doesn't earn enough to pay a taxi. So when he gets to set, he's all sweaty and dirty. Yeah. So that's the constant. It's a constant. I see that dichotomy the whole time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very well.
That's the problem in they're expecting too much in everyone, for every person. Expecting too much. Yeah, so
another exercise would be if you want to have a mastermind, you want to create a mastermind companions for certain aspect of your life, make a list of the ideal people who you would invite to that mastermind. For example, you can have a mastermind about what each of your passions. Yeah, one can be about cooking, one can be about whatever, like money making, productivity. Well, we have our mini group in Facebook that we created, the Manila Success Mastermind. Not much is happening yet there, but at least we took the first step of creating it, and someone's posting once in a while, so you can keep motivated, and at least you got a group of peers who have the same kind of interest than you, right? And actually, out of that, we met through a mastermind, and look, this is the fruit. These are the fruits.
Yes, we do.
So I took my list of the people I want in the several for business and another one for the show business and stuff. But and then narrow your niche. We'll go back. Yeah. How can I take those people? You already identified the person. Yeah. You already identified the problems they have. Yeah. You already identify how you can serve them. Why you can serve them better than any other person. So now, how will you take them from pain to pleasure? Yeah.
From where?
Are you from pain to pleasure? Yeah, they have pain. They have pain. For example, they want to eat. They have a small budget, and they want to fill the pain is they want to fill up their stomach. and have a place to study with aircon, Wi-Fi, and electricity, that's their pain. Yeah. How do I bring them to pleasure? Giving them all that for free. That gives them a lot of pressure, or for a small price. How do I do that? That's the thing you gotta figure out. How can you bring them, give them those things that they want?
Minimize your service. Minimize your service. Don't give them too much of the service that in return is not, it's not you value for you. You know what I mean?
No.
Don't minimize your service. Like, for example, like you said, they only have a small budget, right? They only have small budget. So depends on how much they have money. So if you only have like 10 pesos, you cannot eat steak, right? So if you only have 10 pesos, you cannot eat 100 grams of steak. So you can just give them 50 grams of steak or 100 grams of steaks. So you have to, make tally over how much. Like, for example, me, I'm an audiobook narrator. They're asking me my rate. I have my rate price. I have my rate. But I ask them, what is your budget? I want to ask them, what is your budget? If you tell me your budget, I know myself how to rearrange my service to you based on your budget. Like, for example, your budget is like this, so you cannot tell me to rush the book because your budget is just like this. Now, if you have a big budget and you tell me I need to finish that book in 1 week, of course, because of you give me a good budget and you want me to finish that book for 1 week, so I'll do my job, I'll do my work. So you have to ask them, how much is your budget? If this is only your budget, this is the only time you can stay, and this is the only amount of food that you can eat based on your money, right? So that's how we serve. We serve from how much you get from them and how much they get from us. So it's 50-50. That's how business goes. But of course, you give your service with a value. Don't just because he paid just a small amount and you don't give a coffee without sugar. Don't give coffee without milk.
but if you pay too little, how can you put? Yes, it's like I gave a beef ramen without beef. That's a reality. That's what I'm serving. And some people complain why there's no beef. And I tell them, because you're paying $3 for that beef ramen. It's a beef flavored ramen. It has no beef. It's a beef flavored ramen. Because for that price, there's no beef. Because if you buy a real ramen in a Korean restaurant, how much is that? $5. So $6. So if you want the chunks of beef, you gotta pay for them. But that's for the parent's budget. It's not for the student's budget. So if you pay little, you get little. The thing is, I want to please. So I try to give them more. But the reality is that at the end, when you try to match the numbers, and at the end of the month, when you pay all the expenses and the staff and everything, you go like, oh my gosh, I'm pleasing a lot of people except myself. Yeah, I'm pleasing the landlord, I please the electric company, I please the suppliers and the clients and the staff.
Yes.
But there's no money left for the entrepreneur anymore. Sometimes the entrepreneur has to put money.
Yeah, because you know your value, we all know your value. If you know your value, why you give, small amount or free. Like, for example, me, I'm doing my recording, all right? Somebody asked me how much is one book? Like $50. My $50, my mic didn't work $50. My equipment doesn't work. It works hundreds of thousands of dollars. So why? So I said no, because we have a minimum rate. We have a minimum and maximum rate, So you value yourself, value your service, you know how much value you can give to them. So why you need to, to put their money down on what they have if they cannot afford, so we cannot do anything about that. Right? So change your perspective in your cafe. You may make a new rules and make a new menu, a new orders, things like that. And sometimes people misunderstood because, like you said, beef ramen. They're thinking about there's a beef, but they don't understand only a beef taste, no beef, right?
Yeah. I understand that one.
They may understood.
The same thing happens in show business. For example, there's especially the Philippines, right? We're a third world country and third world production. There's the budget many times is so small that it's like, can I afford to get a taxi back and forth? Maybe not, and eat and everything. It's like, oh my God. At the end, it's like, am I making money out of this? Kind of not.
Yes, because you're paying your bills, you're paying your stuff, you're paying your rent, you're paying your bills, electric, things like that, and that. So take it or leave it. People are just if they don't have money to ride, they don't have money to ride on a taxi or a grab car, then ride on a bus.
Yeah. Yes, I understand that. Thing is, for example, to make a living out of theater in the Philippines. Yeah, the only way you really can make a living out of theater is commuting. Yeah, using a public bus. Because if you use a taxi, you won't make the money, you won't earn after your performance and stuff. No? So if you want to be an actor in that level of acting, you have to have a miserable life. Yeah, or a humble life. Okay, let's not tint it negatively.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking out loud. So it's the same thing. It's like the producer wants to pay little, wants a big outcome. The consumer in the restaurant wants to pay little, but they want to stay for long hours, or they want more quality in the food, but they want to pay little. So for me, that's a big challenge. How to marry those two things. As an actor, sometimes they pay me what I'm asking for. And when they pay me what I'm asking for, my rate, I feel so good and I deliver so well. I always try to deliver well. But of course, I know that when the circumstances are not the ideal, even if I try to do my best and I really go for it, but sometimes there's some things that are bothering in the back of my head, and it does affect my outcome. Yeah. So when there's a budget constraint, be it in the cafe for the food, or be it with my salary, or some apps online. For example, some apps online that are paying very small per hour. They pay me to live stream, or but if they pay a lot, I prepare, I really deliver and everything. But when they pay very little, well, sometimes maybe I'll be delivering while I'm cutting my nails. I don't know. See?
Yeah. It depends
like,
on.
Okay, what's the value of my time also?
Yeah. You have to make your own rate. You have to make your own rate sheet of you asking them to go on streaming, things like that. Your per hour, how much is your hour? Value your time, value your time. You know how you can deliver your job. You know how you can give a lot of, effort and hard work. So price yourself, name your price.
Okay. I'm glad we're having this conversation because I'm getting to another conclusion right now. For the acting, I just do it out of passion. I don't care about the money actually. Yeah, I feel better when they pay me high, and I can maybe have an assistant or I can have a special transport that day. But that's not the reason why I'm doing it. I'm doing the acting because I love acting and I love singing. I do it out of pleasure. So even if it's for free, or even if it's a small budget or whatever, I still do it. Same as I'm doing this video. I do it for free because what? Because I want to do it, because it's for passion, it's not for money. Okay. So that said, serving coffee at the coffee shop is not for passion. Help me analyze my life here. Now I'm thinking out loud.
Mm.
Acting, I do it for passion. I'll do it for free. I'll do it for small money. I also do it for a lot of money. That's better. But I will also do it for small money or whatever because it's my passion and I enjoy it so much. Same as doing this podcast. How about serving the coffee, washing the dishes, cleaning the floor, all those things? I spend money for it. I pay rent. I pay electricity. I fix the equipment every day. There's something broken. Like every week we fix something. We're constantly painting or fixing the sofas or the microphones or something. So maybe there's a problem there because it's a business. For my acting business, my show business, I have so much passion that I'll do it and I'll succeed doing anything because I don't care about the money. But in the cafe, my gosh, I do it for money. So maybe that's a big reason why I'm gonna fail in the cafe because I'm doing it only for money. What do you think?
No, your cafe is your business. So you have to make money. It's not your passion. It's not for free.
Yeah. Sure, but the ideal situation is that your business is your passion, right? That's what Gary Vee tells us. And if you are, for example, in the KBB business, if I'm passionate about teaching acting, I'll do a course and I'll teach that. Yeah. I'm not passionate about teaching Spanish. I'm gonna confess that. I do it for money. Yeah, and I charge a lot of money for that because it's not my real passion. But the conclusion of my of this episode of KBB that we went through is at the end I wrote that I'm launching a mastermind to help aspiring artists to be good performing artists and internet celebrities by being obsessed and passionate working on their craft. Yeah, so I'm teaching the aspiring artists to be performing artists because that's what they want, and be internet celebrities because that's what they want. Yeah, and I'm teaching them, transmitting my obsessiveness and passion, making their craft shine. So that I can do. I'm passionate. I really have love for that, and I want to have excitement to bring people from zero to hero, from starting a career to building a stable career for the rest of their life like I had, and it's a fulfilling one. I'm excited about that. And I'm gonna confess here in public, I'm not excited about serving coffee. Should I be excited? I don't know. Are salesmen excited about selling cars and condos? I guess the best ones, the most successful ones, are really excited about it. And that's what makes a successful salesman and businessman, I guess. But I'm realizing maybe I love my shop. It's a very cute shop. I love singing there in my shop. And I love bringing the arts to the people. That's like the mission of the place. But selling the coffee is not my mission. I do want to provide a safe space and a healthy space, but not a bar, because I don't believe in alcohol much, you know. So I hang out at a coffee shop. I like that, so I want to provide a space for that. But the reality is there's 100 coffee shops around. So, am I passionate about serving coffee? No. I am passionate about bringing the arts to the people, to the students who come to the coffee shop. But when I screen a film, even for free, or a documentary, no one comes. Very few. One person comes. You know, that's not what they want. So what I want, my passion in the coffee shop for them, is not what they want. What they want is a place to stand by for long hours with small budget. And I'm not passionate about delivering that pleasure to them. So we have a problem here.
Yeah. That's your business, Coffee shop is your business. So you don't have passion about coffee. So stick into business. We have different, like, for example, we have things that we do it for free because we're passionate about. We have things that we have to be strict on it because that's a business. It doesn't matter if you have passion or not. It's a business. So stick to it and change it on your coffee shop. Change it. Change your rules, change the style, change the, your menu or the time, because they just using your place to stand by and use your free Wi-Fi, right?
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Or you make
complicated.
and make a time that people can come, like coffee time from 8 to 9 or for 8 to 10, things like that. So they cannot come there whenever they want and just sitting there and using Wi-Fi and killing time. Close it. Because if there's no customer, especially hour that people are on work or at home, and some standby there, not working, just go inside and doing things like that. Close it. You have an open hours from 9 to 10 and then close from this time and then open again this time. Maybe, I don't know, just my suggestions. Instead of open for morning to afternoon, it's open even though no customer. So people are just coming, there's no customer, we can stand by inside the show.
Yeah, yesterday there's 2 kids, neighbors. They bought one day and then the rest of the days they feel entitled to go there and play with the cards and use the Wi-Fi. And I had a hard time throwing them out, like, guys, you gotta buy something. You cannot just, but we bought yesterday. Yeah, yesterday was yesterday. You gotta buy something today, every day. But we don't have money. Like, oh my gosh, it's hard because it's like they feel I'm their friend or something. So it's like I should allow them to stay just because we're friends. Or, it's, oh my god.
Yeah, sometimes they taking advantage of you because you are an actor and you'll be so friendly to them. So those people get used of you, and at the very beginning you let them do the things like that. That's why they, spoiled. Now you're getting a problem of how to stop them and, let them out of the coffee shop. Right?
Yeah. It's hard.
It's hard, like example, you're selling something and you're selling it too expensive, right? So it's hard to make it cheap because you already start no. You sell it so cheap, so it's hard for you to make it, expensive. But when you put your item on the expensive, it's easy for you to make it cheaper, right? So that's like that. So if you get used or review already and you are so friendly and they know you are an actor, and I think your coffee shop is just like your hideout, things like that. So that's what they're doing too. They're doing just like an hideout. So you change your rules, change your time, close the and the only thing that's open from this is the coffee time. If they don't order, no order, noise. No enter,
no money, no honey. But
no money, no honey, no coffee, no enter, right? If you're just entering here and stand by and using Wi-Fi, okay. Using Wi-Fi per hour, you get them 10 pesos, My Wi-Fi is not now free.
Right?
Don't say free Wi-Fi. It's not free Wi-Fi. 30 minutes, 3 pesos. 20 minutes, 1 peso, things like that. Why you change? Because it's my business. It's not your business.
Because I'm going broke.
Yes.
I'm trying to please so much that I'm going
Especially
broke.
2020, this is the timing. You can change the 2020. It's 2019, right? After 2 more months, it's next year, 2020.
New year, new rules.
New year, new coffee shop, new coffee, new regulation, new price, new menu. Everything is new 2020. You can shift, you can transform it, change it, but you cannot change it tomorrow, Just give him an hour.
Well, we
or-
keep on changing things actually and improving and retouching. So
Yeah.
we'll get there eventually.
Yeah, 2020.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, it's been very interesting because actually we get to discover new stuff. Yeah. And hopefully for the people listening, if you made it now until the end, man, congrats, because that's been a long recording. Yeah. So if you stayed with us until the end, thank you so much. We would be very happy to hear your comments. Yeah, type in any of the mediums that we're now. Instagram is there also. I wanna make some trailers of these videos and publish and put a link to the YouTube. That's like one of my projects, to edit, make a short excerpt. Yeah, publish some excerpts and publish the link. So at least also the Instagrammers can see
Yes,
a little more. So well, reach out to us. This is Success, Yes or Yes. Yeah,
Yes or
with
yes.
Maria Brenica and Kuya Manzano. Very happy to have you here. Give us your feedback. What did you learn? What are your takeaways? Yeah, did you
Yes.
notes of everything we said? Did you do the exercises we asked you to do? Yeah,
Yes.
action. Be an action taker.
Yes.
Don't be
All right.
a standby person.
Yes, guys, 2020, okay? 2020, year 2020. Start the year, start new year. So let us know what your plans for next year, all right? So we can help you in your journey, 2020, right?
Okay. Thank you so much, Maria.
Oh, thank
See
you
you
so
once
much.
again.
My pleasure. All right, so see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
This is Success, Yes or Yes. All about succeeding in life, career, and anything in between.